Hello, so this I'm doing an artist commentary on all my .mp4 videos, the series, all the way up to season one. Just wanted to show like my thought processes, show up some of my inspirations that I had, the inside jokes, and I kind of just want to tell you what everything was about. So basically, this all started out as just like an animation practice. I just wanted to practice animating. First off was Evan.mp4. All the characters on my friends are IRL in real life, you know. And in the first seven, it was just my main friends. So let's start with Evan.mp4. Alright. So so he does this like 3, 2, 1, go. Turns into that, and I wanted to add some like he's squashing and stretching. That's like the first animation thing. At first, I had no idea what I'm animating. I literally didn't know. All I had was a song and this funny face that I had. Maybe I'll have him spinning next to my friend Kyle. Kyle's just over it. He's doing nothing. Evan's spinning. And then I wanted him to go crazier, so I made him to a tornado. And he makes a funny face. And the timing of the song. Another reason why I wanted to make this MP4 series is just so you know when you're listening to music and you have like a you're making like a music video in your head. This is what I'm thinking, but with my friends. Back in the back last year or last year of this writing of this recording, Evan had AP language and he hated it. He didn't fail at it, but in these I always over exaggerate. He failed. He has long ass fingers here because he has long ass fingers in real life. And then he shoots himself. Like what the oh my god. Clicks. Out comes the ghost. I thought that was really funny. Look how it squashes and stretches right here. And so the thing is, I made the ghost look like a little sperm. That was unintentional, but it looks like a little sperm. But now he's just doing the same. He's like annoying Kyle. Kyle's over it. He's like, oh. And then he has ghost AP. I thought that was funny. And then he can't escape it. He tries shooting himself again. He killed Kyle. I retconned this immediately. I didn't want to have. I knew that I wanted to do my other friends. I had like sort of this idea of my other friends making me making an MP4 out of them. So I kind of retconned this. He's not dead. It shows Kyle as a ghost here, but I kind of just like this whole sequence. Okay, and so this entire MP4 series was based off of an incendiary series on the Binding of Isaac. So Kyle dot MP4 is kind of an entire play on Tainted Judas. This one, it's really funny. I suggest you watch it. But it's that one. It's my entire inspiration. So yeah, let's get on with the next one. This is Kyle dot MP4. Okay, so it's kind of bouncing along with music. Kyle's giving his signature thumbs up. He doesn't do that in real life, but he buys a katana in Amazon. Kyle's like the only Chinese person in our friend group. So, you know, it's a race joke, but whatever. It's fine. No one cares. He gets it. And it's the first time you see another person in another person's MP4. Or like at least I'm building like a universe. Evan's still a ghost here. Kyle's alive though, because I retconned it. Gets the katana. He slices this can. It falls off. I kind of don't like how like the lid it kind of pops off like this, but it works either way. Gives it to Evan, and this is because it's a ghost. I'm just explaining the jokes, so now they're never gonna be funny ever again, but it's fine. Okay, introduction to our next character. It's Zach, but we call him Zegan because there's two Zachs in our friend group. So the time where at the time of making this, he got a haircut and he was bald. So I wanted to make it that Kyle gave him a haircut. with his katana, and then he just bald, and he's like, "What?" Kyle's giving another thumbs up. Okay, there's another Zach. This other Zach is 0. In real life, he's like really hairy. So I thought, give him another shave, and then all the hair grows back, and then it all falls apart. The entire screen gets covered in hair. This entire thing, I did not save, so I had to redo it all over again 3 times. So that's why I made sure to always save when I'm drawing. But yeah, it's another character that gets introduced. I did not know how to end this one. I seriously did not know how to end this one. So I had Kyle have a piece of food stuck in his tooth. Gets the brilliant idea. This is just stalling time, really. And then he just stabs himself in the face. Evan's laughing. Now, at this point, I was like, holy shit. What if I made one for every single one of the main people in my friend group? And at the end of the series, they all turn up fucked up as shit. Like, they're all mutilated. They all did deal with the devil or something. They're all haunted by the past memories. That would be so funny. So that's why I ended up taking the series, really. Like, even season 2. Evan thinks about it. Why aren't you dead? You aren't a ghost. 'Cause I was like, I don't know. He thinks for a bit. This goes on for so long. Oh, it's because this is the unfinished one. Okay, hold on. Let me open up the other one. Sorry about this. Kyle.Krita. So that entire sequence where he just gets he gets the idea of picking his tooth. It's all basically playing time. It's like, what the fuck? Kyle's thinking, dot dot dot. He doesn't know. He doesn't die because he's Kyle, right? This one's gotta be kind of like a mid one to me. I feel like I could have done better with the jokes. Uh, but it's just cool having This is one of my first ones, so I didn't know what I was doing. Let's start out with Zegan. Flashing lights warning, flashing lights warning. This one I'm really proud of. So from this point on, every time I animated something, I wanted to add another challenge to it, to the animation that I was doing. So this one was just jump cuts, jump cuts. Make sure the timing with the music's really good, because at this point, this was I chose this music. I was thinking of this. I thought techno really suited Zegan. Uh, there's a part in this that has like an orchestra part, and it's really fitting because he plays a violin in real life. And I also really like this Mario Kart stage. It also ties in with the last MP4 because that was also a Mario Kart Tour song. And this one's my favorite Mario Kart song, period. So let's see this. Okay. Immediately, immediately, I don't know why I just started him jumping. I thought it would fit in with the music. And then I wanted a the part where he goes dun 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 dun. I want to have something crazy flashing, like he's tripping balls or something. So it fades into yellow. He's just doing some side turns at first. I did not know where I wanted to go with this. I wanted to do a pan shot, but I didn't know how to do that yet. I ended up doing pan shots later in season 2 more. So I just made him face that way and then turn again. Then I just made him having to do crazy faces. This is a crazy face. This one's like a funny one. He's drinking Baja Blast, a reference to when we all hung out and drank Baja Blast in real life once. And is this one. This photo I drew, it immediately I was like, oh, holy shit, that's really crazy. Then I started thinking of a story in my head. Where can I take this? That's what I'm mainly thinking where I'm drawing these. How did he get so grotesque? So I immediately thought, oh, he made a deal. He made a deal with who? The devil? No, the devil wouldn't do that. Cthulhu? Yeah, ooh, Cthulhu. And then that could lead to even crazier concepts or faces. So he goes, hi, like nothing just happened. And then You have this demon spawn hole with a baby coming out of it. It zooms in on the baby. The baby opens its mouth with another crazy baby with multiple glasses inside. And this is the part it's just referencing the cat dancing, the cat break dancing meme a while ago. Another fun part is just adding these Zegan like .mp4 logos or titles. Here we have a first introduction to Elijah. He's just staring. He's kind of like a background character so far, but you don't know what he's up to. So I really liked how that turned out, where he's just praising the summoning circle, and then cut through another photo. This one's I'm pretty sure I looked at one of Junji Ito's works, his this eyeball thing. It's referencing one of that. This tower of flesh and eyes. Well, this is meant to be like a brain just stuck on a spine, and then goes in with the baby thing again. I never brought back the baby Segan thing, but maybe I should, just out of like funniness or continuity. I know some people might catch that if people even watch this. Him shaking hands with Cthulhu. Body put owner possession, crossed out name Cthulhu. And there's not really a reason. What I like to think why he gave up his body to this Cthulhu is just so he can do less work. Like he just hand his body to Cthulhu, Cthulhu can just make ravage. Okay, this one it's like a fish thing eating that brain thing that I drew earlier. This cleft chin is a reference to Monstro from the Binding of Isaac. This is just how can I make Zegan in the most least shapes as possible and still make his character recognizable. I made that. It's just little challenges like that, you know. This is why it's one of my favorite ones. And this is crazy to me. I never really did perspective shots that much until this one. I got into them a lot more in a future MP4 I'll be talking about. And then a biblically accurate angel one with many rings, the teeth acting like a halo. It's also a smile down here. Okay, this is introduction to Joseph, a character. I really didn't know what to do with him. I knew I was going to have to make an MP4 out of him one day. I just didn't know what it was going to be about. Joseph, he's very strong. He likes Nat G, but I just don't know. I just couldn't come up with anything. So I just killed him off. This is a reference to Among Us when Imposter gets killed. Then we get one of my favorite shots of just this ball of glasses ripping his skull in half. This one's one of my favorites too. I just really like this one. This melding pile of faces all put together. This one's a reference to One Night of Flumpty's 3, the spider egg thing, but all the eyes are his glasses. This one's cool. Just half of him is eyes. Maybe I should have made him glasses to fit with theming more, but whatever. And then he's like, oh shit, what did I do? I like that head falling thing that happens there. Here we have line of the orchestra in the local theater. He's nervous. I like that gulp. That's silly. And then the lights come up. These guys are not in my style at all. These background people, they don't even have the proper eyes. Shaking his hands. I wish this was done better, but I like that transition of him with the eyes thing. It plays later on in the season 2. Whenever a character gets horribly like something happens to them horribly. We see with Jose in the sun. I don't like that transition. This one where it's too loose. You can't really tell where the eyes is going. It doesn't even figure out. It doesn't even match up with the previous one. I did sloppy on that one. I was getting tired. And then this part, he's just playing. And we just turns into a monster right here. I didn't know how to add any transitions. He just pops into a monster here. I kind of regret that. But this is my third one. Come on, I'm learning. I'm learning. Here, this is kind of confusing to people who are just watching it. I just realized he's like in his ghost form in his brain right now, and these are his eyes, and you can see him playing the violin itself. It was kind of like a weird visual to put in, and I wish I could implement it clearly to show that he's just chilling in his head, and starts grabbing people, and then it's turning to this. I don't like this face. One of my least favorite faces. It looks too friendly. And then we have everyone's reaction. It's just me filling time. And then I like that part where it just shows he's still dead. There's flies circling around him. Elijah, me, I is my first appearance here, and Evan, who's still a ghost, he's looking. He's like, "What the hell?" All right, so that was Z and MP4. Actually, one of my favorite ones to do. It was just fun getting all the colors. Have it. It was more. It was like really cool to see all the pictures just flash, flash, flash. Like, whoa! I really achieved something there. I really liked it. Let's go to I think the next one is yeah, it's Joseph. So let me type that in. Let me make sure it's the right one. It's the finished one because I'm pretty sure there's an unfinished and finished one. Okay, yeah, this is. Okay, so it is a song Summers from Earthbound, but it's a Siva Gunner mix. So it's the theme from Y2K or Yick, one of the best games of all time. Is this gonna crash on me? I think this is gonna crash on me. Yep, it's crashing. It's probably because I have a lot of unopened projects that aren't saved at the same time. But in the meantime, I can just talk. So basically, this specific challenge for this MP4 was just to, it was kind of a break. I did a lot of work on the last one. I just needed something to chillax to, while also being funny. I needed it to be funny. It's not the funniest, but the punchline, I think it's kind of effective, where he just gets his head fucking blown off. I asked Joseph how to spell his name as a joke, and he said Jisypth. That's why it's spelled like that, and I just added Joseph down before. I think what was helpful to clarify what was in the front foreground and in the background was have this all in bold. I never really did that before. It was all like clear or like grayish. So I liked how I made his corpse rotting. I wish I made it look like an actual human corpse, but I feel like I did fine. Here's me just chilling. I like he's dead, so what? You know. I like the little jitter effect, just to show that it's not like actual still. It's like we're breathing almost. Evan's reading about ghosts. Oh, I like him deteriorating as well. That's a fun like little notice to show that time has passed. He shows Cthulhu victims don't die. There's no ghost. Just needed an excuse why when Joseph died, there's no ghost. Kyle just can't die. Um, so Evan can stay as special as the one ghost. I asked Elijah what would he do with Joseph's dead body. I never showed him what I was doing. I just asked him that. And he said he would I screw he would screw the dead body. And I was like, what else? And he was like, say, oh, well, it's a dead body, right? I could just sell it online at the dark market. That's why he has an arm missing, or that's why he just had the idea of he just runs over here. I like that running animation. It's just look at this. It's just it flipped over again like the Goomba in Super Mario Bros. Black Market shows an arm, and his arm's missing. Um, Zerald and Kyle, they play volleyball a lot when they get the chance. And I really just wanted to have a funny little punchline. Otherwise, it would be really boring, kind of a letdown of an MP4. I like the maggots crawling around. That was kind of a pain to like do it, even though they're 2 frames. What I'm most proud of is the ball bouncing around. Look at this wind up here before he even hits it. He ducks down, boink, 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 and then goes up, and then here's the exploding part. I like the blood. The sound effect is the kill sound from Among Us. It's like, it's so stupid. And then here's the ending scene where they're just having fun in the sun. I asked Elijah what he would do in the beach. He'd just say stomp on a dolphin or a turtle, so I made him do that. Zach's curling his toes on the beach, and is my butt. I'm doing nothing. I'm just laying down. And so that was Joseph Dot MP4. Kind of like it's like a break one, less action than usual. I don't want to say that. Then the one after this is mine, MP4. Here's another one where I had no idea where it was going. This was a challenge for me. So I first started out with this intro. The music I chose for this was the Jackbox theme. I think it's Quiplash Ride 3. Sorry, I burped. And I don't know, I just really like the sound. And it sounded very mystical, magical, like kind of like a tango style. Hopefully this will load and not crash again. Yeah. That entire part was all I animated for like 3 days. This part, there's a reference to SpongeBob bringing around town. And then I jump up, I'm naked. Whoa, without hair reveal. I go back down, and then I just eat myself, and then it just happens again. I'm just animating random crap, right? I was like, where do I put with this? I asked my girlfriend at when I was making this, and she was like, I don't know, maybe add cat, cause I have a cat. Like maybe. Well, what do I do with myself that is not like kind of sussy to have me do? I started thinking. I animated this part where I enter myself in my hat. I struggle a bit, my hands go inside, and then I fling myself, right? And I was like, oh, that's kind of like a magic trick. And then it hit me. When I thought it was kind of like a magic trick, I remembered my online username, Magic Man Ian. I go by other usernames. And then, oh! And then I animated this little me popping up, having a third eye. It opens. My mouth opens. There's an eye in there as well. The mm, the challenge was this MP4 was just quick shots, just sweep shots. Not really sweep shots, but transitions. So there's not a lot of cuts in this one as much. The challenge for Joseph the MP4 was just a different style of presenting images. Not how I usually do it with jump shots and sweeps. It was more chill. And again, it was also like less work. So here's me with a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball in real life. I have a magic 8 ball that I use sometimes for when I'm dealing with situations. Reading Zegan's future, him gets crushed by a piano cartoonishly. It's goofy, so I like it. He's laughing. I'm like, bruh. This still shot is from this one pony.mov video from I'm blanking on his username, but he makes pretty funny My Little Pony videos. They're kind of fucked up, but Yeah, it is a reference to one of the faces there. I think it's the rarity one. So here he's walking. I didn't know how to draw walking animations, or at least I didn't want to have the time to do them. So I just made him jump, 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 get smushed by a piano. And it flips to me going, see? I like this part though. This this wheel right here, when he goes up and it flips and it jumps down. I'm pretty sure that helped me with an animation later I did. I was like, wait, didn't I animate a wheel or something? And then I looked back here and I was like, oh, so that's how the physics would move, because I wanted it to move like a wheel. I like this transition from monster to human. Shows that he's also immortal. A lot of characters are immortal in this MP4 series apparently, except for Evan. It's funny. This is such an obscure freaking reference. So look at this. This walk magic? Okay, this walk animation, it's funny. The swaggiest. Swaggiest. Hold on, let me search it. Yes, walk. Is it the swaggiest walk or the I don't know, but it was this tweet. It was called the swaggiest walk of all of gaming. Tweet. God, I can't find it, but it's literally the most obscurest thing in my life, and only I will understand it. So, yeah. But this walk is a reference to that. It's this little 8-bit dude walking, and that's why it looks so jank. And then I was like, okay, in the next one I gotta make a better walk animation just to make sure at least some people know I know how to make walking animations. This one I wanted to do another like rotating shot, but I didn't know how to do that, so I just made me go whah, and then a funny close up, and then I do this. This is like a soft reference to Smiling Friends when the little peanut guy does this whenever whenever any character just puts their hands in your face. It's just funny to me. This face is also a soft reference to Mudman from My Hero Academia. Yeah. And then I'm reading Elijah's future. And I go, oh shit. I go, oh my god. Originally, I was reading about Zerald's future, but I didn't want that. I felt like Elijah's would be more fitting because he hasn't really got some that much exposure in this series. So I just start running away. And he's like, gulp. It's like, does he know? And this kind of made me thinking, because at this point, I didn't know what Elijah's one would be like, so I better make it count, that little interaction count. I want to have some continuity. I read the Magic 8 Ball, the Zero. I like this part where he just transforms into a finger. It's just nonsense. I like this shot. This is probably my favorite shot from this MP4. I'm reading the 8 Ball. It's like, ooh. When I animated this, or not animated, when I drew this drawing where I was asking Zero to read the crystal ball, I immediately knew what I was gonna do. I was going to make him into the Moai because at that point I already got a knowledge of what MP4 was gonna be like. He's just gonna be a walking Moai because at that point when I uploaded this, I've been playing a lot of Splatoon 3. You know about Splatoon 3, the lockers, the Moais. You see them everywhere in the Bing Bing song. So I really want to animate to that. So I just put a fucking Moai there in the crystal ball. He's like, really? I go, I don't know. I point at the sky, comes down. I'm like, bruh, that really happened. So that was Ian.mp4. I really like that one. I think that was kind of like a third favorite, um, third or second, not because of me, but because I just liked working on it. Really, it depends. Stuff that I work on, I really like depending on how I enjoyed working on it rather than the finished product. And sure, the finished product might make me enjoy it a little more, but it's really about the journey there and how much I learned. That sounds corny as fuck, but as an artist, that's what I want the most. All right, so C0.mp4. Now, the main challenge with 0.mp4 was perspective. It's bang bang. I didn't like the title here. I feel like I could do better. I don't think this is a finished one. Oh no, this is a finished one. Okay, it was just messed up. So I like this little thing, 30 minutes life trial by Cthulhu. It's a reference to a soft reference to Fiend Folio, a Binding of Isaac mod where there's this new item that lets you use devil items for a bit. And I'm just a Binding of Isaac player. But it shows like a little heart next to Cthulhu, showing that those guys are buddies, maybe even possibly lovers. Um, but he's like, huh. You'd think he's gonna use it on Joseph, but instead he just uses it on Harold. It's kind of like a subversion in that way, but not really, because it's in Zero.mp4. You expect it to be about him. He throws it at it. This becomes important later. Kind of like a throwback to this in the later MP4 Doomsday. And it hits him. Blink, like little stars, magic. And he goes, huh! Alright, and so this is a kind of a soft reference to the Dr. Lively walk. This this I don't know, couple months old meme where it's just this dude walking. I got the same walking animation as this guy. Um Hold on. Can you see it? Oh, let me check again. No. Yeah, it's this guy. So that's him walking. I just kind of stole a walking animation from this one and yeah, I put it here. One thing about the walking animation though is that the head doesn't move, only the legs. I only copied the legs. That's why it looks so smooth, but I wish the head kind of moved a bit back and forth. And then we get a front shot here. As I said, the main uh challenge I made myself do was angles and perspective. So here's another perspective shot of him walking, and every bing is just him at another angle. Because I thought it would be funny, just go big, bing, bing. It's not really moving, the camera's just moving. Bing, 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 bing. He grows arms, like, whoa, he grew arms? Nah, it's just Zegan behind him. Cause bruh. The statue just looks at him. That never happens again, it's just a funny thing I wanted to do. He can't really move himself, he's immobile. Here's us just having a good time. I kind of like the scene, reminds me of when we go out and hang out. Even Joseph's there. And that's really how big the Moai is. And then I introduced the big bad of this entire first season. Asteroid headed to Earth cult. The one thing I wish is that I added this cult from the first episode. At least like signs or at least graffiti that shows them. But I never knew this was going to head this way. I knew I wanted a big action-packed ending. I knew I wanted Elijah to do something at the end. So there's them spray painting the catalyst with Zero shot here. Goes up, shows the asteroid. Another correlation to when Zegan was, at the summoning circle for Cthulhu. They also probably summoned the asteroid, or maybe they're praising it. Another perspective shot here. I really like this shot. Everyone looks so worried. And we have a big shade shot here. It's the only time it really happens in this first season. I don't think it'll happen in the second season, but this feels serious. It heightens the mood. We have just a face, and it goes into here. I tried making a cave painting. You'll see here the Zegan, the square eye, the square glasses. Kyle with the knife through the back of his head. The stupid, he's holding like a magic staff to shoot a lightning bolt. There's me, flying striped head. Evan, the ghost. And Elijah, the floating head. And it's kind of it's like a prophecy, like an old cave painting, and they're worshipping it. And now they know the enemy is the Moai. So we're walking one day. I like Evan. He's just staring off into the distance. I'm on my phone. I have my phone out. I think that's what I drew. Scared. And then I don't really know how Joseph is walking. He can't move, but I don't know. Maybe they just place him there, just act like he's alive. And it's another perspective shot. You see how many members there are, and they just don't want Zero dead, or they want him gone. They want to take him. Like no, can't have him. Big ass middle finger. Cartoony. Um, and then these guys, these row members, I forgot to make them their bottom half separated, so they just look weird. So now they just look like KKK members. Well, that was the point. They're cult-like. They're like the KKK. They're gonna kill him, and this is where we get into fighting mode. Floating, I look like a nerd emoji. Is what my girlfriend said. And Zegan turned into this abomination. This is when I figured out that this is gonna be his default monster transformation, with just glasses sticking out, all the eye rings, big mouth, and that's where it ends. Overall, I really like MP4. It's one of my top favorites as well. I really like my challenge with the perspective there, and time to move on with my most ambitious one in season one. Let's close this one. Doomsday. Doomsday.mp4. Originally, this was going to have a different song. Um, the song for this one was going to be the battle song for Mario and Luigi. Mario and Luigi. Dream Team. It was gonna be the Mario and Luigi Dream Team music. This one, Never Let Up. The part where Joseph, or when Joseph gets revived, was going to be this part. It really heightened the mood. I really thought this was gonna stick. That song was gonna stick. When I walk, I have the music listening to it. I'm imagining what it's gonna be like in my head. It has a slow section too. That song, it was going to be when Zegan bargains with Cthulhu to get another disc. Um, but no, it ended up being the it ended up being the mid boss battle from Paper Mario Origami King. Cause I really liked that song. I think animating it to it would be fun. Challenge with this one is just doing a long ass animation. It's 200 frames long. So yeah, let's see. Hopefully it'll load. Yeah, you have us, then you have them. That's a cool shot. I like that. So let's turn off this onion skin. I like this one. They look like Among Us. That's kind of on purpose. Of Joseph, the Moai. He's fat. His ass is really fat here. I don't know why. Just Joseph, Segan, Evan. Yeah, I think Kyle's there. He's like kind of bending over. He's squatting. This part's kind of like a character study. How would I animate my friends going at, you know, an enemy? Kyle would be dashing like that. Zegan would be doing something weird. Evan's flying at him. Elijah's like sprinting. I'm floating because I'm magic. Um, This one was like this frame was done way at the very beginning, and it was kind of the last thing I finished in this MP4. It's just Elijah punching. The unique thing about this one is I didn't go start to finish. I actually did stuff in the middle, specifically the part where Joseph got reincarnated or he got brought back to life for a short time. I did that part first, and then this part, and then the part where Zegan bargains with Cthulhu, and then the beginning part, because it was kind of hard thinking of like how would they, you know, I didn't want to do massive sweep shots, but I might do that. It's fun to do it. It's kind of hard, but I like seeing the payoff. So yeah, kicks him. He goes, bruh. I don't know why he did that. He just goes, bruh. This guy gets stumbled upon, he gets smushed by Kyle, and I like this part where it just goes whoosh, another serious shot. Don't forget that asteroid's coming. It's like a time limit. There's some stakes behind it. This part's filling in time. This part's strictly filling in time. Like they're like, what the hell? I animated this part. I knew that I really wanted to have this part. The sun card. This really shows off the magic skills that I have. Does literal magic. Then it just fires like the killer whale 5.0 or whatever it's called from Splatoon 3. They get blasted off. This is also an early one that I did. You can tell because it looks like a sketch here. I kind of regret that, but here's a cool part. Head flying, then Kyle going, wee! It's funny. I've been staring at everyone fighting. You can kind of see the hat, the beanie, and the glasses here to show that we're in the fight. He looks up. Evan can't really do anything. It's funny because he can't touch anyone, but kind of snuck a little bit of that when he grabs his Joseph. A lot of cutting to the asteroid or the meteor, whatever, same thing, just to show that it's kind of it's heading towards Earth really fast. They don't have enough time. It's more of a pressure thing. He gets an idea, zooms off. Elijah's sweating. Notice the thing at the floor. I wanted to draw him picking up the note, but I don't think I had time to make sense of it. A lot of my these MP4 videos is just to tell a story as quickly as I could. So here it is. In 33 seconds, get Joseph at exactly, and it's the coordinates, and it goes, see you again. Cause to Joseph, it's like, oh, that guy. You know, it's been a while. I haven't seen him in a while. What his face looks like. It's Cthulhu HQ. It's like a giant jellyfish with an eye thing. Big monster, volcanoes. And I didn't really expect it to go this way. I know I want Zian to bargain. I thought I thought he'd like sell all of our souls to him or something, but then we would all be Cthulhu monsters. Wouldn't be exactly special. At this time we were getting into chess, so I just made him play a chess game against him. So but I like this guy. He's kind of the best character in this series. Oh, he goes gulp. He goes gulp again. See, I knew it. Back in the Zegadai MP4 when he does the gulp, he did it again. His big ass crotch right there. I thought it would be funny to include that. And he goes, hello. Cthulhu is a chill dude, but Zegan's still nervous because he's fucking Cthulhu. 1 second, let's play chess. Checkmate! He goes, first he looks stern. He goes, yeah, good for you. I thought it's really wholesome, 100. This is all basically stalling. Don't tell him I said that, but it's basically stalling. But it's fine because it tells the story. Because I also was very tired doing this. This is, as I said, I did this one kind of lastly. This entire Cthulhu sequence, Cthulhu HQ sequence. He gets his 30-second life pass, what we saw earlier. It flips on to this part where Slice is Kyle. This part's funny. They just bump into Evan because he's a ghost. I like that animation. That sweep animation is one of my favorite things I've ever done. What's the card? It's a two of diamonds. So you're like, what's a two of diamonds gonna do? And they go, oh shit. I like this part too. Frame by frame. They go, they crack themselves into the shape of a diamond. I thought that was really funny and creative. And then the little clink. It's like metal. And I could wipe all. I only have 52 cards reality, so and there's a fuck ton of these cultists. So three of spades, I throw three spades at them. It's funny. 28 seconds, Evan. He goes, huh? Get him all the way up there. I didn't know how to convey telling someone to go somewhere, so I just did in a POV shot. And I think that works well. Now this part I'm really fucking proud of. I'll just watch it on full. Okay, so I like this part where he's throwing. I really wanted to like that whole entire part was just frantic, frantic. It's following the disc, hitting Joseph, and I was really envisioning that in my head when I was listening to this music. I really want that in, and I really like how it turned out. It's following the disc. Hits Joseph in the side. It cuts to the side. His eyes open. It's a back shot. I should have drawn the meteor here. He goes up and he goes, psh, and Evan pops back. He starts beating the crap out of these guys. When I mean beating, I mean like actually Hulk smashing them. This is a reference, hard reference to when we're playing Gartic Phone or Scribble.io, and I think Kyle drew a photo of a dude ripping a cat apart. So I thought it would be funny thing to reference here. He just punches through someone. This paperclip thing, it's an inside joke with my friends. To explain short, Joseph's pretty fucking strong, so when we do like funny little trivia stuff, who would win? A zombie apocalypse or Joseph with a paperclip? Or who would win? Me with an entire tank? Kyle with a giant machete? Zerold with a flamethrower? Or Joseph with a paperclip? I kept saying paperclip and kind of stuck on for a while. That's why you have a paperclip here. We have a tentacle slamming down. Finally, this image is this Cthulhuized Zegan joins the fight. In reality, I thought to myself, well, Zegan just have Cthulhu take control of his body and just wreck these guys. But because he's a pretty busy man, he won't come until he needs to. But I like to imagine that was the result of the chess game, too. Like Cthulhu was like, actually, I'll do you one more favor, and they start fighting together. I drew up multiple versions of this. Um, Eventually, I took some inspiration with this with let me get it up actually. A poster that I made. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 whatever. Open. And then, oh, let me open it. Doomsday. Doomsday poster. Here's the original poster. It looks kind of crap. Actually, not that original one. Look how it looks like. Joseph and Elijah in the middle. Evan wasn't even drawn yet. That was the original poster. Um, Models. Where's the original one? That's just a random photo that I made. Hold on. MP4. Oh, hold on. Okay, season 1 Apocalypse. I don't know why I didn't name it Doomsday, but yeah. Here it is. I really liked how this turned out. I forgot to add Elijah's triangle here. Him whacking someone with some hockey stick. Kyle with the sword in his mouth. Evan just going around. I have the cards. It goes all the way here. Zeke is the main focus, and Joseph's doing his flying legs up barbarian jump. And there's Zerald in the background, like it was kind of like I'm imagining like a Marvel poster. All the cultists here, this dude being ripped apart. Yeah, I really like how this poster turned out. And so yeah, here's they're just fighting. We're all fighting together like a big old friend group. Here's a part where he throws um, Zero, hits it. I really like this explosion, and then boom, right there. That's how it ends out. This one's gotta be one of my favorite projects I've done. So I'm proud of it. I think it could be better, but I'm proud of it. So let's look at the last one of season one. It's Elijah. MP4. This one didn't really have a challenge. I was kind of beat doing these. Took a break, came back. Here's us at our table that I draw. It's like our friend group table, fictional friend group table. Has all of our gaming chairs on it. Here's Evan's comedically small chair. So here I wanted to reveal who Elijah really was. You know, um, he's a prophet. You know, like the one in the Bible. So he can see the future. You can see future apocalypses. I like this elevator scene. There's another Splatoon song. So just like what I really wanted was more variety. I wanted to show people like my music taste as well. It's kind of weird having two songs from Mario Kart, two songs from Splatoon, but it's fine. I don't care. Opens the elevator, goes to this empty room with a endless abyss. Opens the map, and here's where I tie in all the characters' cool names. The Phantom, the Restricted, 'cause, you know he's restricted. Considers victim, truly dead, can fly, good at scoping out. That's what it says for the Phantom. The Horror, he's tight with Cthulhu and he's a beast. The Master can't die cause he's Kyle. He's the best swordsman to literally ever live. This is all just exaggerated. This is just all fun too. So the Seance, a little like nod to Umbrella Academy as well. The Horror and the Seance are number 4 and number 6 in the book. The Catalyst, indestructible, ancient. The Seance, actual magic. And it's also a nice nod to when I made this image, P4 lore. So far, Evan is able to fly, can face through objects, cannot die because he's Kyle. It's just a little thing to explain to people that haven't watched all of them so far. Beyond comprehension, and be able to turn to horrors beyond comprehension. Joseph Cthulhu's victim cannot become a ghost due to this. Can tell them my future, literal magic card tricks. Cannot move. So Elijah, yeah, he's the prophet. That's what he's supposed to be codenamed, but I forgot to save it. So here's a painting, an old painting. Elijah can see what happens. I like to think these are the people that came up, that fought this angel thing. You can see Cthulhu's head. You see Elijah's big head, like that cave painting. Me, Evan the Ghost, Joseph, Cyril, and a swordsman. Pronounced Kyle. It's like our past versions, I guess. Shows we all died. I wanted to make Kyle's eyes, skull like squinty eyed, but I think that would be taking stuff a little bit too far. Evan's skull is small. We all truly die. This is like a biblical angel. It's an angel. We all have to be dead. It's like, no. Elijah's like, no, I can't believe I just saw my friends all die in the future. It's so sad. Gets an idea. More firepower. He's able to change the outcome of the future. You can see it all, not really the future, but apocalypses. So you see all these symbols. We win. At this point, I was thinking about season 2. I was thinking about my other friends that I have. I was like thinking what I could do with them. So I made these symbols to do it. And I'll explain them more. I asked, why you like, why is there an 8 there? That's not a symbol. That's a fucking letter. And I'm stupid. I've been talking too long. That's not a fucking number. And then the reason why there's just a letter 8 there is because my friend, I asked Evan, no, the one who I animated first. I said, Evan, can you give me a symbol? He just goes, 8. And I go, like the number? He goes, yeah. I go, okay, let me try to make that work. And surprisingly, I think it worked well. We have recruit, and then that's where it ends off. That's where season one ends off with more characters to show. Another big funny battle with this angel thing. That's probably gonna happen. Has to happen. That's what I'm planning to. You can tell it's gonna lead to anyway, so it's not really much of a spoiler. I want to do something cool with Elijah. I feel bad for just letting him be like a catalyst thing. He's gonna do some stuff, cool stuff. He's really strong. I'll make him kinetically strong. But yeah, that's where it ends off. That's where the MP4 season one ends off. And you betcha know. That's what I'm supposed to say. So I'm gonna do one for season two. There's gonna be less episodes in season two or less animations in season two, but I feel like it has more meat overall than season one. So yeah,